What's going on, guys? It's Red Bull Tanker, and welcome back to Operation Chromite, Turn 3. Alright, as you all know, this is my game with Airsoft Commando. We're playing HBG's The Korean War with our own sort of rule modifications. We had quite the Turn 3. So, Turn 3 covers the months of October and November 1950. And as always, the North Koreans will go first. So the North Koreans had 30 to spend. We bought 3 infantry, 3 mech, a Katusha, and a supply, and saved 1 IPC. Combat. We did a couple things. So first, from our forces here, from our 6 tanks that survived the Allied assault on Incheon, we took 1 tank, who went 1-2 blitzed around to Kanong. And then we had a second tank that blitzed from Incheon, went into Osan, and then attacked a South Korean infantry here in Chowan that was killed, and the tank survived. And then we launched the remaining 4 tanks with the 3 fighters, assaulted the last South Korean defenders in Seoul, which we won. We ended up killing... So they had a AAA gun, it missed my fighters. We killed the AAA, a mech, and 2 tanks at a loss of... I had 7 tanks at a loss of 1 tank. So we had 7 tanks. 1 went this way to Kanong, 1 went south to Chowan, and then the remaining 5 attacked Seoul. So we captured Seoul. Along with Seoul, we captured 5 supply tokens from the Allies. So that should help us in the long run. I will say, I forgot to mention, in the battle for Chowan, so it was an infantry versus a tank. That battle went 4 rounds. It went 4 rounds before anybody got a hit. I could not believe it. It was pitiful dice rolling, but at the same time, it was kind of fun. All right, so then I deployed all my forces here in Pyongyang, and then I forgot at the beginning of the turn. Much like in the actual history, in November 1950 is when the Soviet Union started giving the North MiGs. So in this game, at turn 3, the North Koreans are gifted 3 jets. Granted, these jets are the only jets that they will get for the entire game. So the North Koreans will have to use those jets sparingly and use them well. And then non-combat, I moved a massive army force here into 38 West. Whoops. Fix that real quick. Yeah, moved into 38 West. And then after deploying, we collected we collected 42 IPC plus 1 we saved, so we'll have 43 IPC for next turn. China had 10. China just bought... we bought 2 mech infantry for 8, saved 2, deployed them here, and at the end of the turn collected 10 IPC plus the 2 that we saved for 12 IPC next turn. Okay, so now we come down to the Allies. Okay, so starting off. Purchases. South Korea had 28. They bought 2 infantry, 2 mech, and 2 self-propelled guns, which actually, real quick, I gotta grab something. Sorry, guys, we kind of went handheld here for a second. So because I don't have any self-propelled gun pieces for the South Koreans, I am doing a taking this just to show that these are South Koreans. And then, so that was them spending their 28. The U.S. had 50. They bought 4 infantry, 4 mech, and 4 self-propelled guns. Airsoft Commando chose the 1st Marine Division and the 2nd Infantry Division to mark the U.S. forces. And then the UN with 20 just bought 2 more fighters. There were 2 combats for the Allies this turn. No, 3 combats. First one, a vast majority of the Allied forces walked into Osan and took that back. Another combat was the 25th Infantry Division and its artillery attacked the the North Korean tank here in Choan. They won that at no loss. They did have these 2 fighters backing them up. And then the 2 Allied bombers struck at the Seoul factory. The AAA missed, and the factory was damaged for its max of 8. Since this miner, because this miner can build 4, its max damage is 8. So 8 damage max for that factory. Now in the non-combat, he consolidated the Navy here, and then deployed all the UN forces here, brought the transports back here. And then at the end of the turn, the South Koreans collected 18, the United States 50, and the UN 20. All right, coming back up here. So the Allies did retake 2 territories. So the Allies now have 15 territories to the Communist 22. And that'll be it. All right, so that is going to be it for turn 3. And now we will be moving into turn 4, December, January of 1950. And so at the end of this turn, so long as the Allies don't retake Seoul, at the end of this turn, we will then be able to start rolling for Chinese entry into the war. So we'll have to see how that goes. So that is going to be it for now, and we'll see you guys next time for turn 4. So until then, guys, as always, take care.